You're listening to the Dynamic Thinking Project podcast. This is episode 5, and today's topic is unhappiness, or why people are not happy. So let's get started. Hey everyone, this is Adam Muselli here. Welcome to the Dynamic Thinking Project podcast. If this is your first time listening, thanks for coming. The podcast is released every Friday, and show notes are found at the website themindtechinstitute.com. It's all one word. Come back often and feel free to add this podcast to your favorite RSS feed or iTunes. You can also follow me on Twitter and Facebook. All links are in the show notes and on the website. Now, let's get started. Some people think that the happiness subject is a simple one, but it's quite the contrary. Of course, based on the fact that the understanding of the word happiness differs from one person to another. However, before we sail on the subject and dive into the depth of this subject, let's first get ourselves to its shore, or at least let's warm up. You see, happiness isn't only exclusive to humans. Happiness can be experienced by other species, and of course not necessarily in the same cognitive or conscious experience, but it could be as an instinct. And as I explained in details in my book, The Day We Gave Up Health. For example, it's when your dog gets happy to see you, or when your cat purrs next to you. But happiness to humans is more than just an instinct. Happiness to humans is a state of mind, is a lifestyle, is a choice, a way of doing things, a conscious feeling, and it's something to be experienced. Here, let's focus on happiness and people. In life, there are two kinds of people: the happy and the unhappy people. We come across each type of them every day. There are the miserable people who are always complaining about anything and everything, or what we call in counseling, psychology, and in NLP, those on the effect side of the equation. And I will explain that in a moment. While on the other side, we have the optimistic people who always look at the glass as half full and are constantly seeking more out of life. And those are on the cause side of the equation. The equation is called the cause and effect equation, as we teach in NLP training and life management training. It's all about the sense of purpose, what drives happy people and intimidates or scares the unhappy people. Life can either be something you embrace and learn how to love, or something you hide from. And of course, that's based on many factors, as we will discuss in this series about, or actually short series about, happiness. Unfortunately, there are not as many happy people in the world as we would like to be. And thus, we have negative energy cast upon us on a daily basis. And in the next episode, we'll discuss why people are negative and unhappy. Here are some key differences between happy and unhappy people. So in this episode, we'll just discuss the key differences between the two. In next episode, we'll discuss more in details about the points and what make people unhappy. Now, unhappy people, they wait for something to make them feel happy. Unhappy people, they sit back and wait, expecting opportunities to present themselves to them. They are usually inactive when it comes to achieving goals. That's if they have any. Unfortunately, another aspect is that they become satisfied with whatever they are in life and whatever they have in life, as they wait for great opportunities to miraculously emerge for them. Unhappy people also envy the success of others instead of focusing on the fortunes and potentials they personally possess. Those unhappy people concern themselves with the material possessions and success of others. They fail to recognize their own achievements and all the good in their world. It seems to these people as though everyone has it so much better than they do. People have a hard time accepting their lives and what it's worth, and being grateful for what they have and enjoying it. And also, they usually become insecure and start to lack confidence in their minds. Unhappy people, they have insecurities with who they are and thus become introverted and stray from communicating with other people. Now, we're not saying every person who is introvert is unhappy, but usually unhappy people, they become introvert. They start to lack the self-esteem to motivate themselves in a day-to-day life, which unfortunately can transcend into their social life. Other people also do not wish to include them in their gatherings, since they bring a negative, depressed vibes or atmosphere into the group. And I'm sure maybe you know one or two people like that. You have an event, you have a birthday, or you have some family gathering or whatever event. You invite them and you ask him or you ask her a question, maybe just one question, how are you? And they start saying my back, my head, my job, my cat. They start bringing all these negative complaints, but nothing positive. So that's why some people, they avoid inviting them to some groups or some gatherings. And also there is the negative thinkers type of unhappy people. That kind of negativity and complaints, it usually plague the minds of unhappy people. This mindset is harmful to any future success they hope to attain. Now, let me say that again. The negative thinkers type of unhappy people, all this negativity they have in their mind, it starts to plague their minds. And the mindset is so harmful that any future success they hope to attain, it will just make it fail. By constantly engaging the negative thoughts, negative thinkers place limitations upon themselves. They always do that. They usually perform poor work at their workplaces. They are unable to envision any future success. And because of their poor self-esteem, and negative thinkers are always held back from their true potentials and always find themselves pulled back into the darkness of their negativity. Believe it or not, negative thinkers they cannot do a good job at their workplace. That's why we have some corporations, they hire us because we alter some courses to always keep their employees in the right mindset. On the other hand, we have the happy people. Happy people, they enjoy every moment of their lives. These people go out into the world and actively look for fulfillments. And they go out and make things happen for them. They appreciate the life they have and value each minute of every day. These happy people, they live like there is no tomorrow, and they make the most out of any situation. Some people dwell in the past, some people look forward in the future, and these people live peacefully in the present. Now, briefly, let me explain something about past, present, and future. I don't want to get into the philosophy of that in this episode, but there is no past, there is no present, there is no future. It's all being experienced now. Whether if it's a happy memory or a negative memory or whatever it is, even in the past, we're talking about the past. Usually people, they go to the past because they have some gap in their present. And they go back to the past to borrow something from the past to fill out that gap in the present. So that's the only reason why people, they go back to the past to dig out some memories and place them in the present. Now the future is another topic which it will be probably another episode very, very soon. Another thing about happy people, they admire the success of others. Instead of becoming jealous of others, these types of people feel happy in the success of their friends. They use the accomplishments of their friends to motivate themselves to do better, and not in an envious way. They don't look at what they are missing in life, rather they appreciate the fortunes that they do have. Happiness is not having what you want. Happiness is wanting what you have. You see, let me say that again. Happiness is not having what you want. Happiness is wanting what you have. Confidence and self-esteem for happy people is extremely important and usually high. They accept who they are and they work it every day of their lives. They radiate confidence. On the other hand, we had the unhappy people. They radiate lack of self-esteem and negativity. Happy people, they radiate confidence. They parade their pride and give off positive vibes to others. Other people enjoy being in the presence of confident individuals. The sociable people are huge extroverts and are constantly surrounding themselves with others. And no, I'm not saying every extrovert is a happy person. Some people, they hide their insecurities and other things with their extroversion. So it's not a sign, but usually happy people, they tend to be more on the extrovert side. It depends on what they do, it depends on their lifestyle. But the point is, they are not afraid to show their happiness. And also, happy people always want to have a good time and enjoy life with people who make them happy. They don't enjoy being isolated and would rather engage themselves in exciting social settings. And the positive thinkers type of happy people have an abundant mindset. These people dare to dream and work so hard to get where they want to be. Happy people see each moment as a challenge where they can learn from about their true selves and continue to grow. Anything is possible in the mind of positive thinkers. Happy people see problems as challenges and opportunities to learn and grow as a person, and then to grow as a whole. They don't accept defeat, and positively, they utilize these opportunities to the best of their abilities. They realize life is what you make of it. And although life can throw you some awfully big blows sometimes, these types of people, they don't let bumps in the road to discourage them from reaching their goals. So there was the key differences between happy and unhappy people. And now, as you know, and if you're familiar or follow my work, you know that I don't advocate all the nonsensical, motivational, airy-fairy speeches to make you feel happy. How you feel isn't my work, but understanding how people feel is my work. Because how you feel is your choice, as happiness is also a choice you make and steps you take in your life to feel and be whoever you want to be. However, there are many factors drive people to be happy, sad, or miserable, which we'll discuss in the next episode. But for now, let's talk about the internal factors which are within us. And keep in mind that most of those factors are connected at one point, such as the internal and external factors, which drive people to happiness or otherwise. One of the most important factors is us. It's the person himself or herself. You must learn how to be happy. Yes, I said learn, because these days what drives people to be miserable is all around us. It's at work, the bills, the people, and it's right in your hand. And of course, I'm referring to your smartphone and especially the social media. Most people aren't happy today, at least at one thing. Could be work, finance, family, friend, relationship, their image, or even their cat at home. We somehow forgot how to appreciate things. We became a zombified society, just zombies walking around, and all our world is in our magic mirror, which is the phone. We forgot how to appreciate things. We forgot how to go outside and look at the stars and wonder. We became so into objects and so much obsessed with them, those objects, and love them. But here's the shocker. We started loving the materials so much. And then, when we realize that these objects aren't loving us back, we get shocked. Somehow we became some sort of zombie beings. The obsession of material things turned us into the same thing that we love, but with unmanageable emotions. All your information are out there in the world. And all your information are out there to the world. More than 7 billion people now know everything about you, and you expect to be all happy and dandy? You see, before, few or several friends which you picked and you trusted and you knew personally, they could tell you things that you need to know. But with some manners. That's before. But now, you have 7 billion people right in your bedroom commenting and posting lots of things, telling whatever they want, and certainly telling everything they don't care about you. And you're expecting to be happy and feel so great? Well, didn't you know that your subconscious mind takes everything you see, hear, and feel about yourself personally? When people tell you you're ugly, you're fat, and you're a loser, etc., all these negative suggestions, these suggestions are already in your subconscious mind and might be acted upon severely. I explained this point precisely in the online NLP and hypnosis courses, as of course in classes and seminars. You see, those suggestions, I'm just going to explain them briefly. Those suggestions, or whatever people tell you, are external, as not coming from within you, but they end up affecting you personally, and sometimes severely, such as those people on social media who posted videos or photos doing something, and some other people left some comments such as you should go and die or kill yourself. Yes, look it up. And of course, those people who posted those videos and images, they ended up killing themselves. Now, I know you might be thinking, well, they should know better. Yes, I agree with you. But you don't know what state of mind that person, he or she, was in for acting as such. For example, can you tell a person or a child who's being bullied, you should know better? No, because that's all they know at this point. The whole world, their whole world, is revolving around the bullying. They are inside a box. They don't see, they don't hear, they don't know anything about outside their box. They don't know you even exist if they don't see you inside their box. So don't think anything you say to them or you tell them it's gonna register. It doesn't. Because everything they see is what they have or what they can see. You can't just talk to them about self-esteem while we've been bombarded every moment with fake images and advertisements. And that is happening a lot. It is hard to stay positive while you live in a negative world. Don't fool yourself and thinking by just thinking positive while drinking your herbal tea will fix the world. You're just creating a bubble around yourself and fooling yourself as an ostrich putting its head in the sand. This is the lazy way of doing something. And I know this will upset lots of airy fairies, but once again, I am not here to fool you. I am here to talk to you about facts and rely on statistics rather than some fake guru selling you programs and herbal tea, deceiving you, whether for money or for his or her self-ego, or maybe for both. Thinking positive is something, but deceiving yourself of thinking positive is a totally different thing. Check out my previous episode about this topic. I think it was episode number 4. Now, let me clarify something. Of course, I am not against positive thinking. All we talking about now is about positive thinking. But there is a big difference between positive thinking with actions and just airy-fairy positive thinking. Like, I'm going to sit down, drinking herbal tea, and think positive, and the world is going to manifest before my eyes. That doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. This is the lazy way of doing things. And you'll be so naive, you don't know anything properly, you've been living under a rock if you think you're gonna fix the world like that. That doesn't happen. Happiness these days and in this era isn't only about positive thinking. This is the technology era. This is the quantum computers era. This is the social media and killer advertisement era. No matter how many padlocks you put on your door, the negativity and negative people are already in, whether from you or from someone around you. They're already in. There is much work to be done on oneself to be aware of it and prevent it, because it's already in your life in one form or another. Which brings us to the second part of this episode, and that is the external part and lifestyle patterns of why people are unhappy. So next episode is gonna be very important with more details about the subject. So that's it for today. Thanks for listening. The Dynamic Thinking Project podcast is released every Friday. If you have any questions, email me. The email is on our website, themindtechinstitute.com. It's all one word. Until next time, take care and enjoy your weekend. This is Adam Muselli signing out.